Coming up towards 6 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, the Value Optical mug will tell you that it's time for our business breakfast segment with the support of Value Optical. Good to have them back on board with us. And as we all know, the pandemic has quite an impact on the economy, jeopardizing jobs, income streams for many, many families. We also know of persons who have taken a leap of faith during the pandemic, started a business, and now are their own CEOs. That is the story of our next guest, Anya Marks, who says the risk has been worth it. Mama Africa Hair Care Products is a local natural product designed for women with curly, coily and kinky hair textures. The hair care line is available in stores, and Ms. Marks joins us now to share some of her journey. Anya Marks, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Fazir. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much for having me on your morning show today. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Indeed, it's an honor to have you with us. And before we get into our discussion, if people want to find you, want to find Mama Africa Hair Care Products, where do they have to go?
You can actually check anywhere on any social media platform. You can actually Google it as well. Once you punch in Mama Africa Hair Care, all of our social links will pop up, and you'll definitely be able to connect with us better.
Well, I did just that, typing it up, and it's right there on Facebook as well with all of the information, so I can certainly vouch for that. But tell us about that journey. Is it correct to say that you started this business in the time of the pandemic?
No, I would have started it, so to speak, part-time, a little bit before the pandemic would have actually dropped on us. So in 2019, I would have started mixing products for my own hair. And then I guess everybody saw how well my hair was growing and how thick it was getting. And, they kind of pushed me into actually, starting it. Shortly after that, I would have actually lost my job like a lot of people within Trinidad and Tobago. And that kind of pushed everything kind of into overdrive. It was no longer a part-time hustle. It was, I actually need this to work.
And what has been the journey since then? Given that, okay, the economic realities hit you about losing your substantive job, developing this line for it to be commercially successful in a time of a pandemic, in a time of people with less money available. Tell us a bit about what that journey has been like.
It has been a bit stressful, but it has been one I think I would have been prepared for with all the job experiences that I have. The first thing that I would have done when the pandemic hit was reduce my prices. So my prices would have gotten like a $50, $20 cut. I know I needed to do that to at least try to make my clients and my tribe, feel appreciated that, hey, I'm thinking of you guys during this time. It's not necessarily about the money, but I just wanted them to know that I'm hearing what's going on and I know what's going on. Other than that, we would have done some in terms of giveaways. I actually do flash giveaways. That's something that I do weekly. We do like trivia questions. So if you actually be the first person to get the questions right, you can actually win one of our products. And it's as simple as that. Yeah. Other than that, I know that I needed help in regards to marketing. I know that I needed help to get this to where I needed it to be. So what I would have done was my mom would have helped me sign up with Nedco for entrepreneurial development package. And I would say the guys at Nedco have actually put a lot of stuff insight as to where I need to put my focus on. I would have used some of those tips as well in terms of what they told me to do in terms of my marketing, that kind of thing. And I started to Google marketing tips, branding tips. And I came across the Ministry of Sports and Community Development. They were doing online courses and they had one in digital marketing and branding. I'm like, this is perfect, and I think I'm just trying to do the necessary stuff. So at least when the pandemic is done, everything will just fall into place.
And what distinguishes Mama Africa Hair Care Products from other similar type products on the market? Because obviously it's a very competitive environment.
It is. I can say our products really do work. You could probably check out the page, you could check out our customers' reviews. It actually works, and it works within a little space of time. Not only that, it's more of a community. It's not just a store or that sells hair care products. We actually do care about you. We're a tribe here, we're a family here. My tribe actually motivates me a lot. We have a lot of interactions. I try to handle, most of my customer interactions myself. So it's more of you joining a community with amazing products that work. Your feedback counts. It's really fun. It's really fun. So why not join the tribe?
And how difficult is it, as far as many people saying, when you hear, obviously I don't have that type of hair, so I can't really identify with it, but you hear people talk about people who have that texture of hair, saying it's so difficult to manage, it's a nightmare all the time, it's best to put a weave or something and make it a lot easier, or use some straightener or something and make it a lot easier, try and look like Beyonce or something like that. How do you deal with that sort of dialogue?
I mean, the products are something that I would want to say it's not for everybody. It's one of those products that you don't know you need it until you actually use it. I mean, you may not have issues with your hair growing, or you may not necessarily have kinky hair, but it is completely safe and completely lightweight. So it's really easy to use on all hair types. And not to mention that it's actually 100% natural. So you actually see and you know what's going into your hair. It doesn't have as much preservatives. All our products are made locally. So it's not to say that I'm actually importing it. It's actually handmade products that actually work. So it's not just for the kinky hair types. Any hair type can use it. And our cheapest oil is basically $35. So I do think it's something that once you try it, you'll be like, hey, this is really amazing. I'm gonna just get everything.
So it isn't loaded with chemicals to burn your scalp or catch fire or anything like that?
Definitely not. It's completely natural. I use, in terms of ingredients, my main ingredients is aloe vera, which is what started the Aloelicious line. Aloe vera has a lot of medicinal properties, and it works really well with hair and strengthening your hair, as well as the other extracts that are in the products. So it really works well. It's completely lightweight. It's the first time my customers say it's an oil that doesn't feel oily, which is completely weird, but it's something that you have to experience to understand what we're speaking about.
Well, that's a very interesting perspective in relation to that, as far as the combination of ingredients that you would put in. We have a couple of minutes left in our dialogue, Ms. Marks, and where are you at now as far as your business? What do you see? Because this is a very uncertain time generally. Because of the pandemic, we see more retail businesses starting to open and so on. There's a bit more optimism in that regard. But from your own perspective, with your business, Mama Africa Hair Care Products, where are you at right now, and what do you hope to achieve in the immediate future?
Right now, I am focusing on in terms of expansion. In terms of expanding the line, in terms of expanding my reach of customers, because I would like to offer to the Caribbean. I should be on Carib Shopper to offer to international customers soon. The products are available in Pennywise. So for me, it's more so I want to focus on growth and expansion. In the future, I hopefully you will see a Mama Africa Hair Care Products factory, where I would be able to employ other persons, because that's really the dream goal, to actually see this take place in front of my eyes, like I'm actually doing it, and create employment for other persons. I really want to see Mama Africa give these other companies globally some competition.
Well, certainly being very ambitious in that regard. And before we conclude, Ms. Marks, thanks very much for taking the time to tell us a bit of your story as well, of the growth of your company and the development of your business as well. And before we conclude, just remind everyone once again how they can access your line of products. What do they have to do?
Definitely, you guys can check us out on Google. You can just Google Mama Africa Hair Care. You can check us out on Facebook. You can even WhatsApp me at 279-1847. And it's as simple as that. Just click on the form, and we do offer contactless delivery. So if you don't want to leave home, it's not a problem. We have that covered for you as well.
Anya Marks.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be on Sexy.
We're more than happy. We're more than happy. And indeed, it's always encouraging to see people with so much verve and optimism in this very difficult time, especially for someone who would have lost a job. And I suppose it's a salutary example to others that it's not necessarily the end of the world if you put your mind to it and you have a particular vision, and all power to you for pushing this particular idea. Thank you very much once again for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Anya
All right,
Marks.
bye-bye. I'll watch off, you know.
Anya Marks, the founder of Mama Africa Hair Care Products, joining us this morning, talking about the growth of her business as well. 7:15 in Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back right after this.